846, everybody. It's been the story that all of you have been talking about for over a week now. The murder of healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, the subsequent arrest, right, of his alleged killer, Luigi Mangione.
NewsNation's Chris Cuomo talked to Mangione's lawyer last night. Chris is joining us now. Good morning to you, Chris. Thanks for joining us so early. The lawyer says he hasn't seen any evidence that Mangione killed Thompson. So what else did he say?
Well, first of all, we know that he must have a vision problem, right? Because there's nothing but proof that he did it, not least of which is that despite everything that we've seen, when he had an opportunity to address cameras, he just explained his motive for doing it. So, look, this lawyer is doing what lawyers do, which is playing it by the book. He is a Pennsylvania lawyer. Yeah. I don't know, and I highly doubt he will be in charge when New York gets its extradition request, charges him with homicide, maybe terror-related charges. So this is a guy who's more of a functionary right now to help the family pace the accused through the process.
Yeah, I mean, we had the NYPD on this morning, Chris. They were telling us about the manifesto, the bullets, the details, the gun, right, the backpack, everything that was on his person when he was there at the McDonald's, so on and so forth. Here's the thing that's so interesting, right? And that's the sympathy that Mangione is now getting, right? The case is the case, but obviously murder is not the answer. We don't want to glorify that, but people not at all happy with the healthcare industry, in the industry overall. People even offering to pay for the legal fees.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on all of that?
So you just said it better than I have, frankly, over the last couple of days. I haven't been getting this right, and not because I don't understand the duality at play. We're dealing with two things being true at the same time, okay? There is no supporting what this guy did. First of all, he's not even a victim of the system, okay? His family makes a fortune off of healthcare. That's the irony here. Yeah, he had a back injury, had back pain. He's a rich guy. He's not somebody who has been targeted the way many have. Now, here's the problem. Even suggesting that, you have to give voice to why people would show any support for what this guy did, right? We're not savages. We're not terrorists. This is not an extreme Islamist culture that we live in. So what is it about? You do have to give voice to how the health insurance business is uniquely pernicious. It is uniquely predatory. It is uniquely life-threatening, ironically. Why? Because after your mortgage, health care is your biggest nut. And if you have any problem, you are one major medical need away from being broke.
Right.
They slow walk claims and they chase you like sprinters when you owe them money. And it is a huge burden in society that we don't discuss for one really terrible reason. And I'm going to address it tonight on the show. And I should have addressed it sooner, but I didn't want to conflate an assassin with a righteous cause, because I don't believe there is a connection there. But Donald Trump is the ultimate disruptor in your lifetime and mine in terms of political figures in America. Have you noticed he never mentions the healthcare companies?
Right.
He'll talk about the ACA or Obamacare. He does not talk about these companies. The reason the system is the way it is, my brother and sister, is because they have the power. And people are afraid of them because of the money, the employment base, and the lobbying political base. And that needs to be exposed too, not just what was wrong with this young guy.
And that goes to what the NYPD were telling us this morning. We had Chief Shell on and the Deputy Commissioner of Operations who were saying that it's not just the healthcare industry now that are being threatened. They're seeing posters go up around New York for threats amongst the healthcare industry as well as other big companies, corporate America.
Well, look, the Occupy thing we've been through, there is always a radicalization aspect. It was here in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. We just have social media now that magnifies minorities. But here is something to counterbalance that. You got three different people on the screen right now. Well, now you just have one huge piñata head, which is me. But when you see all three anchors at the same time, all three of us, different life experiences, different backgrounds, I guarantee you, each of us, and even though you guys are young, okay, and I don't even know where you are in the kid game yet, which each of us have had a hard time with insurance companies. Guaranteed. My family, we're fighting with one right now. It's probably going to go to litigation.
Yeah.
You know, so that reality has to be spoken to also. We got to balance as journalists. What this guy did is wrong all day long. But there is a huge problem behind it that explains the perversity of the first assassination you and I have ever seen, where the calls to free the guy are more than to condemn the guy.
Exactly. All right, looking forward to the show tonight, Chris. Always good to talk to you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you unveil tonight. Good conversation.
I didn't mean to accuse you two of any kind of healthcare problems.
Oh, please. I think it's a common denominator, like you said, for so many.
Well, you, I was kind of accusing. You, I don't really know. I wasn't accusing you. You, I was accusing. You know, you look like, I don't know about you.
Yeah, I know.
I'll see you guys next.
Good to see you, Chris. His show, 8 p.m. tonight on News Nation. Always good to talk to you.